Hey, Good Fox here. With so much talk about competitive Madden and how to increase the skill gap in it, let's look through how, in an ideal world, skill gap is maximized and how the game can be changed to better suit competitive play, where our only goal is to find the better Madden player. This video, we're looking to kind of get rid of RNG, which is random number generator or random effects in the game. We're trying to completely remove it from the game to find the best pure Madden in the world, best pure Madden player in the world. And basically, let me know in the comments if you guys have any more suggestions after this video. We'll talk, and I'll go through some of the things that I think maybe that would make it less competitive, kind of making everything more deterministic. But this is just kind of like a thought experience. This is I am not suggesting any of these changes. I just want to kind of do a little, I don't know, what if type of video here. So every player on the field has to have the same stats. No difference there. No longer will thresholds or money spent be differences in stats, or will roles play a difference in wins and losses. Having a QB sail a pass or wide receiver run a different breaking route based on stats is RNG and is now gone. Now, some would say there's a little bit of skill in building a roster to maximize how you play, but if we want to have ideal, competitive, nothing different, give them all the same stats. Every wide receiver has this, every running back has this. All right, let's keep going. Against the pass, the defensive line will be engaged with the O-line for 5 seconds before they all shed their block and chase the quarterback. A quarterback will be able to escape outside the pocket unless QB contains are on. If they try, then they are automatically tackled. A QB will not be able to escape the pocket if the defense contains at all. If the defense contains on a play, a quarterback will then have 7.5 seconds to make the pass before that shed happens. So a little bit of a risk reward there, a little bit longer of a pass rush to get home before it goes on, or versus a regular one. So an offensive player, next, will not be able to catch a ball a defender is within 1 yard of the receiver. With the time in the pocket, the QB will have plenty of time to find an open receiver. A ball that touches the defender's hands will be picked 100% of the time. There are no animations for a wide receiver defensive back interaction. If they're close enough, the defense will win with a pick or an offensive drop. The pick is if it's open, the drop is if they're close to each other. Block sheds in the run game will only happen if the RB hits a hole that a defender is assigned to. So you got to make sure and find an open hole, like on a power, and hit the right shoulder of the right gap, basically, the right shoulder of your offensive line to pull the hold. The run game and the pass game is straight deterministic. What that means is if you call a cover 2 as a defense, it will shut down the stretches and tosses with the CB covering the outside run fits, but will be weak to inside runs with the safeties drifting back. A cover 4 is weak to outside runs, but shuts down inside runs. A cover 3 stops strong side runs, but is weak to short side runs, or weak side of the defense runs. The right route combinations will 100% of the time be coverage choices. A cloud flat will not be able to defend both a corner and a flat route. Deep corners without a clear out will be picked in cover 3. And so on with the route combos. There's so many of them against different coverages. So like a cloud flat won't be able to cover the flat as well. But overall, the routes in the game will be simplified. So a wide receiver will not end up in a random spot on the field. And developers will tell us which routes combos beat which coverages, and you'll have to do that. And you'll have to call that correct coverage or that correct route to beat that coverage. So the players will know what the counter is to each coverage called 100% of the time, and you got to make the right read to get them open. There will be one-play touchdowns against every coverage to counter lazy opponents from basically dropping everybody in the coverage. Outside of scripted bumps at the line of scrimmage, wide receivers and defensive backs will not be able to interact down the field. No longer will the users be able to punch your wide receiver and interrupt their route. That of course changes if the ball is close. Then there will be a little. Then we'll talk. Then it happened about what we talked about earlier with the drops versus the interceptions. So. All AI assists are turned off. Ball carriers no longer have moves, and everything for the ball carrier has to be manually inputted on the left and right stick except stiff arms. A defender will not suction tackle a player, must physically ram his body into the offensive one. So you can't hit B anymore. You have to actually use the right thumbstick to input that move. That I feel like that has more of a skill gap than just pressing a button to get around players. A truck stick will be successful if you are able to trigger animation earlier than your opponent's hit stick or the tackle button press. So basically, because all cards have the same, it's not going to be up to RNG. It's about who gets that off first, but not too early. A truck stick not also head on also fails. So if it's kind of like a truck stick to the side, but they hit you on the side, your truck stick will fail. There are no fumbles except on user hit sticks. Now, I'm sure there are many other ways of taking randomness out of the game. Let me know again, like in the comments, what you guys think, how to take it out of the game. Is this the game of football that you guys would want to watch? Is this competitive Madden? Is this exactly how we make this game less RNG dependent? Or is football by its nature RNG dependent or randomness, and a game based on it needs to incorporate that? Since player skill in the field means so much to this competitive sport, should we take out the instances of like real football happening on the field? So thanks for watching. Let me know. Call to action. I'll see you tomorrow.